Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 9 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone had a great day, safe day. It's a TGIF, folks. Let's make it a great one. If you're up in that Northeast, please be careful, because I know you're getting tons of snow and you're going to be getting more snow. Let's take a look at one of our 4 agreements. To begin a great relationship, know what you want. Know what the needs of your mind are, what the needs of your body are, and what fits well with you. There are millions of men and women, and some of them will make a good match for you and others won't. The two of you only need to be like a key in a lock, a match that works. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow Industrials up 165, NASDAQ up 68, S&P's up 26, gold contract up $10.50, traded at $1,267 an ounce. Silver up 9 cents at $20.02. Platinum up $5 at $1,382 an ounce. Copper up a penny and a half at $3.24 a pound. Light sweet crude up $2 at $99.99 a barrel. Bonds, the 10-year up 10 ticks at 125.29. 30-year up 5 ticks at 133.06. King dollar down 267 ticks, trading out at 80.73. You had the euro up 45 at 136, and the yen up 18, trading out at 102.29. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world? In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? Up $22. You do 572 million shares versus 743. This is the B to a C of a very large ABC structure on the way down. We go take a look at the SPY and look at the correlation, and we get some divergence. I want to show you some divergence here. It's pretty cool. So, for SPY, the SPY, we did 156 million shares. That 156 million shares is going against 208 million shares, going against 254 million. Now, that's on the dailies. We flip this around, and we put this on the weeklies, and what you're going to see on the weeklies is this. We have a lower low, which is a high volume low. So for the week, what we did out here is that we did 878 million shares. So that says, guess what? After the bounce, S&P's coming back down to at least the 173, the SPY 173.71. I do expect an ABC down, but that's how that's set up right now. If it's an ABC down, when it comes back down, it would have to break that low, which is the B point, with volume to get the full price expansion, or the probability for the full price expansion to have it. That's your SPY and your S&P. We go to the Dow Industrials. We take a look at the Dow Industrials. Dow is up $165 today. The Dow is at 15,794. Light volume on the bounce. We take this, we put this on the weekly, same setup on the weekly, meaning that, guess what? You know, this is a bounce, and that's all it is. Now, the NASDAQ. This is where the divergence is. Okay. So, NASDAQ today did 1.9 billion versus 2.2. So, that correlation there is that, yes, it is going up with lighter volume, making a B to a C of an ABC structure on the way down, okay? The NDX 100, and this is where the divergence is, so check this out. This is going to be deviant. This is always deviant. So, when you look at the 3 Qs, the NDX 100, we're up 153 today, and you did it with lighter volume. We did it with 38 million shares versus 64, okay? That's the first setup. Now, watch this, though. This is where this gets wild. That's on your daily. When we put this on the weekly, what you're going to see is that we had volume this week of 216 million. Well, guess what that did, folks? That got under the low of last week, which is 272 million. So what you really have here is that you had a rejection of lower price. You had the lighter volume come in. That is saying that the NDX 100 can actually go up and try to... I suspect it won't get to the high, but it can get really close. Meaning, if the high of the QQQs is 89, this can get to 88.54. And I'm going the week before that. So the Qs, it's going to be wild watching this whole thing shake out. Now, let me go over to the Russell 2000, because the Russell 2000 also is very clean, meaning an ABC structure on the way down. The IWM today did 45 million shares. Your 45 million is going against 60 million, going against 91 million. Bottom line, nice ABC structure on the way down. We put this on the weekly, and on the weekly you also have a high volume low. That high volume low was the low that was established this week at the 107.24. So what does the whole thing mean? Well, what it means is this. What you'd want to have set up here is that you want to see how the NDX 100 goes into those highs first, because I expect the NDX 100 is going to blow some minds. It'll get into those highs. Small caps ABC down, S&P ABC down, Dow Industrials ABC down. But you want to let the NDX 100 do its deal. The reason being is that that's powerful. That's what it comes down to. Gold contract. We go over and take a look at the gold contract. We did have price move in the gold contract, but we didn't have any follow through with the volume. 127,000 contracts. I would have liked to see about 160, 170. That's what we're going into. What the gold contract did do, which is positive, is that it's laying right at the top of its swing points. We're laying at 1267, and it's basically 1270, 1270. Yeah, 1270 is the number. So this could, Monday, Tuesday, with some juice, get up and over it. You know, we'll see whether, in fact, it can do it. When the jobs number came out this morning, folks, volatility was just totally where it was at. What you had is that you had the S&P first go topside, then get down 10 points. Bottom line, they wiped out both sides of the trade and then took it up from there. Bond market. We take a look at the bond market. What we did with the 10-year bond is this. 10-year bond closed out 1.6 million shares. She's up 9 ticks. She didn't make the swing point. Bottom line, I suspect what you're going to see is these bonds want to pull back a bit. They're setting a larger ABC structure on the way up, though. 30-year bond is screaming that it wants to pull back. That had a price spread out there today of 132.12 to 134.02. It's almost 2 points or $2,000 per contract. Now, what we do have is that the 30-year, I suspect, also wants to pull back somewhere into the 131 area. That is also setting an ABC structure on the way up. Dollar index. What we had with the dollar index out here, dollar index today pulled back 20,000 contracts. That's saying, hey, guess what? It wants to go higher. That is pulling back into 34,000 contracts. So the dollar basically looks like it's building cause to get into higher price. If you saw the news out there, what you had is that Tim Cook was out there saying that Apple bought back $15 billion worth of stock, folks, in the last 2 weeks. Apple's just blowing their brains out buying their stock back. Bottom line, Apple couldn't even move today. Apple was up $7. It opened up at a high of $5.22, closed out at $5.19. And for the company buying back so much stock, it's absolutely amazing that Apple couldn't move higher. My take on that is that you're going to see Apple move lower. My take particularly is because with the Tim Cook coming out stating that, and most of the times the companies don't tell you right away. There's a buying program that's in place, but when you come out and say, guess what, we've spent $15 billion in 2 weeks buying our stock, and our stock hasn't moved, folks, let me tell you something. Any trader, for sure, or large investor knows that, uh-oh, hold it, there's something wrong with that. There's absolutely something wrong with that. So I suspect when the C to the D happens in the market, we're going to see some destruction inside of Apple. Inside the NDX 100 today, which was moving it higher, was Activision, ATVI, that was up 247. Expedia, EXPE, that was up 931. TripAdvisor was up 731, and Green Mountain was up 565. So that was putting the juice inside the NDX 100. If we go over and we take a look at the oil market, oil had a move out here today. And oil right now, it's the closest it's got to $100. We did 242,000 contracts out here. And she is going to try to, she's going to try to spike this 100.79. We'll see whether she can handle it when she gets up to that price. But, yeah, she's going to try to spike it. She closed right at those highs. That is ice, too, by the way, folks, because when we had come down, the level where it broke out of the 100 area range was on October 23rd. That's the top of that is 99.57. So bottom line, you got over it. You stay right there, folks. Of course, every Friday we're coming back with our technology expert at TFNN, our man, Mr. David White. Dow finished up 165, NASDAQ up 65, S&P's up 27. ABC, B to the C. That's what we're doing here. You stay right there, folks. I'll come right back.